Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Today I have a quick video for the first in a very long time on an unboxing and install of the Black TRD Shift Knob from, you guessed it, 4RunnerLifestyle. So let's crack open the box and see what we got. Okay, so here's what I have in the box. A little bit interesting. When I put in the order, I put in the 4RunnerLifestyle camo one, but I got a Tacoma, so not the biggest problem, I guess. I have some friends who drive Tacoma, so I can give it to them. But it also came with a decal, pretty thick, I guess. But I guess I'll stick it in my Yeti tumbler or something like that. But here is the main part. There we go. So, as you can see, it actually is marked TRD. Now, I don't know if this is an official, like a genuine Toyota part, which I don't think it is because, you know, the box doesn't say anything like that. But cool to see that. First impressions, it feels pretty much identical to my silver one that came on my 4Runner. So I will show you what it looks like. In comparison. Alright, y'all. We're in the vehicle now. I'll show you how to do the quick swap over to this black shift knob from 4RunnerLifestyle. Number one, you want to take off your OEM knob. If you have an SR5, which may have a different design knob, the process is still the same. All you do is just literally unscrew it. So for the purpose of this video, I already kind of loosened it up a little bit, so once you can see the knob just spins freely, that's when it's good to go. And there's a decent amount of thread, so you'll have to spin a good amount of time. And if this is your first time undoing it, you'll have to give it a little bit more effort, so just be aware of that. Here's a new knob, and let me compare on the table. Okay, so here's what they look like side by side. As you can see, there's very little difference in terms of dimensions. The new one also has a TRD stamping, so it was the original one, obviously. The only difference that I can tell is that there's slight imperfections if you look at the way the plastic is cut. There's a little bit more of a gap here, whereas this is flush, you know, in typical OEM fashion, right? So, it's not a big deal, you know. This is not a part that I look at all the time, but in your hand, I mean, it feels identical. It feels very much the same. You don't feel this panel gap or whatever you want to call it, fit and finish gap, that much. I don't notice it. I have a lot of pollen on the table. Anyway, the biggest difference that I can tell is the grain on these quote-unquote leather, right? So from afar, you know, and pretty up close, you can see that they try to imitate this look here, but when you run your finger across the OEM one and then run it here, there's a difference. This is definitely just smooth leather that they just heat press, I think, to simulate that look. But this, you can actually feel the texture. So that's the only real big difference. Other than that, I think the feel of this leather is closer to the shift boot if you have a manual transfer case. So like the ORP, Off-Road Premium, even the trail, the original trails, and as well as the pros. So I go back in there, and it's very simple at this point. I just literally twist. For this purpose of the video, I'll shorten this part. Here we have it. So fully installed now. Go as tight as you can. Obviously don't put any Loctite or anything like that, because if you do want to remove it for some reason in the future, it's gonna be very hard, and you don't want to, make a big deal out of it. So don't put it in Loctite, just hand tighten it and you'll be fine. I can go a little bit more, but obviously it's not going to be facing the right way. So that's as much as I'll go. And overall, I mean, feels pretty good. Like I said, feels pretty similar to the shift boot here. But overall, despite the little panel gaps that I showed you along, and despite some deformalities, because it's a cheap part, an expensive part I should say, it's fine. It does the job. It's not even half the price of the OEM part, so it has that going for it. And because I just wanted this to black this out to make the rest of the interior flow better. Obviously the old one doesn't really work, especially when you have carbon fiber here, black plastic up in the center console. It doesn't work, so this flows better. Didn't go for the carbon fiber one. That'll be a little bit too much carbon fiber, and it's not a race car, so even this is a little bit too much for me, honestly. So this will do. Again, looks great. I didn't go for the aluminum billet ones that they have online, other options. Those are actually not bad pricing if you think about it, but I live in Texas, so I don't want to burn my hand every time I start my vehicle in the summer. So there's that. But they would look amazing though, I will say. Again, 40 bucks. Easy. Alright guys, I'll talk to you guys next time. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments below. And I'll see you in the next video.